Namaste, my name is Karen and welcome to this yoga practice. We'll start lying on the back. So taking a moment to elongate your spine and align your neck with your spine. Let your feet fall outward, turn the palms open, the arms by your side, and close down your eyes. Take a moment to scan your body and ensure that there's no pulling in any places, that the right side is equal to the outside in sensation, and you can sense the parts of your body that are contacting the mat. The back of your head, shoulder blades, back of your arms and hands, buttocks, maybe thighs, calves, heels. Be aware of those contact points to the earth and allow your body to relax completely. Tune into the breath, the rise and fall of your belly with each inhalation and exhalation, the cool breath entering the nostrils and the warm breath exiting. Try to deepen the breath, but avoid any strain. Breathing from the lower lobes of your lungs to switch on the rest and digest nervous system and switch off the fight or flight nervous system. And gently open the eyes. Turn the palms down now and bring the legs together. And with your next inhalation, take the right arm overhead and stretch down the right side of your body. Push through the heel and flex back your toes. And with your exhalation, guide the right arm overhead, back by your side, and completely relax. With your next inhalation, take the left arm overhead and stretch down the left side, pushing through the heel and flexing back your toes. And with your exhalation, guide the arm back and completely relax. Take the right arm overhead, taking your attention to the right side. This time, point the toes away. And with your next exhalation, guide the arm back by your side, completely relax. And to the left side, taking your attention to the left side, point the toes. And with your exhalation, guide the arm back by your side and completely relax your body. Slide the arms out at shoulder height and bring the knees into the chest, ready for a spinal twist. Take an inhalation and with your exhalation, let the legs fall all the way to the left as you turn your head to the right. And with your inhalation, gently engage your abdominals and lift your knees and head to center. And exhale, take the legs to the right as you turn your head to the left. And keep moving in this way, moving in time with your breath, seamlessly. With the inhalation, a gentle activation, and with your exhalation, relaxation, surrendering and relaxing. And when your knees are next on your left side, let's pause in the shape. So turning the head to the right and just checking in there's no strain in your neck. And relax the legs completely so they're resting on the floor. And feel free to close down your eyes and take your awareness inwards, being aware of the breath, the rise and fall of the belly with each inhalation and exhalation. And noticing any tight spots that are being ironed out in this shape as you breathe. And with your next inhalation, a gentle activation, lift the legs back up and take them over to the right and turn the head to the left. Turning the head as far as it's comfortable for you. Maybe you can turn a little bit further without causing any strain. And if you find that one shoulder blade is off the mat, like your left shoulder blade, bring that left arm a bit closer to your body so you can rest the arm to the floor. And with your next inhalation, a gentle activation as you lift back up and lower the feet to the floor, ready for Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. So the feet are hip width, the feet and thighs are straight, and the arms by your side. Press into your feet and lift your hips off the mat. And with your exhalation, lower down bone by bone of your back. So the lower belly pulls in as you lower down at the end. And with your inhalation, again lifting into bridge pose, energize the front body. And exhale, lower down bone by bone. And keep moving in this way in time with your breath. This pose is a great counter pose to sitting. Helps to lengthen the hip flexors at the front of the hips, strengthens the back muscles, and is calming. So the head is below the heart here, which is very calming for the nervous system. It's quite warming to release in this way, bone by bone, stimulating the digestive organs. And with this next one, let's hold the pose. So you can walk the outer shoulders in so the shoulder blades come nice and close. You may want to keep the palms turned down here, or you can walk the feet back and maybe hold on to the ankles, or maybe interlace the fingers underneath your bottom and drag the hands down to the floor. So just choosing a variation that doesn't cause any strain. Keep the neck still. And with your exhalation, let's release bone by bone. And from here, lift your knees, hold onto your knees and have your knees wide. And bring the knees in towards the armpits with the exhalation. And with your inhalation, press them away and straighten the arms. So as you exhale, bringing the knees towards the armpits, and inhale, move them away from the body. So keep moving in this way, a gentle tilting of the pelvis forwards and backwards, massaging the lower back. And from here, come back to neutral halfway and take the arms up between the legs for happy baby pose. So if it's in the morning and the body is still opening out, you might want to hold on to the front of the shins, or if you can, hold on to the blades of the feet, the edges of the feet, and pull the feet up to face the sky, and the knees drop down either side of the torso. Try to keep the sacrum, the lower back, on the mat. So your feet may be a bit close together at the moment, but gradually over time you'll be able to take the feet out wider so the ankles line up with the knees. And with your next exhalation, let's release from happy baby pose. Extend your legs out and give them a little wobble to release any tension. And from here, let's roll onto the front. Have the arms by your side and the legs together, reaching the legs back to create some space along your spine. And the chin or forehead can be on the floor. And with your inhalation, lift the right leg up and back. And with your exhalation, lower it down. And inhale, left leg, reach it back and up. And exhale, lower down. So moving this way, synchronizing movement with breath. Relaxing your chin to the floor. The throat is open. This is good for the health of the back. It's a mindful movement, bringing your attention to the movement coordinated with your breath, bringing your attention to the present moment. And let's finish with the left side. And take crocodile pose to rest. So one hand on top of the other and turn your feet out and rest your forehead on the top hand. Take some big belly breaths to expand your lower back. And from here, let's prepare for Cobra Bhujangasana. So bring the legs back and reach them back to towards the wall behind you, and the hands by your ribs with elbows up. And as you reach your legs back, press into your fingers and curl up for Cobra. The shoulder blades slide down the back, so the shoulders go back and down. And with your exhalation, lower down, forward to the floor. And let's curl up with the inhalation. Go for length rather than height. Elbows bent and hugged in by your side. And exhale, lower down. One more. Activate the legs. Maybe your knees come off the mat as you reach the legs back. And with your exhalation, let's lower down. Take crocodile pose for a moment to release. And from here, let's press up onto your heels in Vajrasana. So with your inhalation, rise up onto your knees as you lift the arms up. And with your exhalation, the arms come down as you bring the bottom to the heels. And let's do that a couple more times with the breath. A mindful movement. And with the next one, keep the bottom on the heels. Inhale, lift the arms up, bringing them together. And with your exhalation, fold forward into child's pose. Resting the forehead to the floor. And walk your hands over to the right and sink your hips to the left. And feel the left side open as you breathe. So it expands and contracts as you breathe. And let's take the hands over to the left and the hips sink back to the right. Maybe resting the forehead to the floor if you can reach comfortably. And feel the breath expand and contract the right side of the body now. And let's come back to center into regular child's pose. And lift up onto all fours for cow cat. So the knees under your hips and the wrists under your fingers. Spread your fingers. With your inhalation, tilt the pelvis forward, open the belly. Shoulder blades slide down the back and lift the chin a little. And with your exhalation, tilt the pelvis back, the tailbone descends. Arch the back, press into the finger pads. Cat pose. So continue in this way. Extension and flexion of the spine. Observing the sensations as you move from one pose to the other with your breath. Letting the breath be full and even, no strain. And with the next exhalation, let's curl the toes under and lift the bottom up and back into downward facing dog. And with your inhalation, lower the knees down, cow pose, so you're tilting the pelvis forward, opening the chest. Exhale, lifting the bottom up and back into downward facing dog, the inverted V shape. And lower the knees, inhale, cow pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. And let's pause in downward facing dog. Spread your fingers and lower one heel at a time, inviting the back of the legs to lengthen. So feel free to bend the knees, crouch back, and really feel a lovely stretch down your back. And walk the feet up to your hands and fold into Uttanasana, forward fold. So feet are straight, bend the knees as much as you need, and hold on to opposite elbows, drop the head. If it feels good for you, do a gentle swing from side to side. Keep the eyes open. Come back to center, release your hands and roll up to standing bone by bone. So I'll flow through a vinyasa to get the heart beating a bit more, so it helps blood flow, it helps the energy move through the body, so I feel energized from our practice. So starting with the feet hip width and straight. And we're going to come into a balance, so find a drishti or gaze point and inhale. Take the arms up as you rise up onto the toes and keep breathing while you're in the balance. And with your next exhalation, lower the heels and lower the arms by your side. With your next inhalation, chair pose variation, so the palms are facing forward for this variation. Pulling the belly in. And with the inhalation, straighten up the legs and exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Drop the head. And with your inhalation, straighten up the legs, look forward. So you may need to slide your hands up the legs to have the straight legs and neutral spine. And exhale, take the right leg back and lower the knee. Expand your left foot and inhale, lift the arms up and make your spine really long. So gently pull the pubic bone back towards the body and lengthen up along your spine. And with your exhalation, release the arms down, swing the left leg around into supported plank and exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl up for Bhujangasana Cobra pose, reaching the legs back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Press into your hands to send your pelvis back a little bit more, and feel free to keep the legs a little bent if you need to free up the back. So let's center the left leg and inhale, take the right leg high and bring that foot through between the hands and lower the left knee. Inhale, the arms lift up. Press into your right foot to lift the spine up tall for this lunge. The floating ribs gently pulling back towards the spine. So we're going for length along the spine here. And with your exhalation, release and step forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Knees soft, press into the feet and roll up bone by bone. And when you get there, straighten up and take the arms up. A standing back bend, press into your feet and open your front body, lifting your chest to the sky. And exhale, hands come back to your heart. Feet are hip width, let's rise up onto the toes, inhale. And keep breathing while you're in the posture. And exhale, release the heels down. Inhale, chair pose variation. The crease of the hips go back. And with the next inhalation, straighten up. And exhale, swan dive down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And exhale, left leg back and lower the knee. Press into the foot and take the arms up. Grow the spine tall. Gently hug the outer hips into the center, the thighs into the center line. And exhale, release and swing the leg around and lower down, supported plank. Reach the legs back. Inhale, curl up for Cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Holding the inversion for a few breaths. And if there's discomfort, you can always lower to the knees for puppy pose. So let's center the right leg and take the left leg high. Inhale. And bring that foot through between the hands. Lower the right knee. Inhale. Lift the arms up. Spine grows tall from tailbone to crown. Defy gravity. And with your exhalation, release and step forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Soften the knees, press into the feet and roll up. Once you're there, straighten up and take the arms overhead. And take a standing back bend, lifting the chest. And exhale, hands come down to your heart. And inhale, let's rise up onto the toes. The arms lift up. And exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, chair pose variation with palms facing forward. And with your next inhalation, straighten up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, let's walk back to downward facing dog. And lower to the knees. And sink back to child's pose. So lifting up, we'll take a pose called 90-90 pose. So if you take your right leg out in front, so the right leg has a 90-degree angle and the left leg has a 90-degree angle. So you might find that you're sitting on one buttock, but still try to bring the weight down on the opposite buttock. So from here, you can either turn to the right and come down, or fold in front of the right knee. So if it's okay for you, we'll start to walk hands out. And if you've got a block here, you might like to rest your forehead on the block, or you can place one fist on top of the other, or you can place one hand on top of the other, or folded arms, just finding a height that's good for you. This is a good pose to do if pigeon pose is a bit strong, especially for the knee. And from here, let's come back up. So as you come out of the pose, bring your right foot into the groin and swing the left leg around, and maybe taking the foot to the outside of the thigh, ready for Matsyendrasana. If this is uncomfortable, you can take the legs straight, so that's the right leg straight. So taking left hand behind, and inhale, right arm lifts, and turn to the left, and maybe taking the elbows to the outside of the thigh, or you can bring the arm in front of the shin so you can keep the chest open and not feel cramped. So twisting round. And if you're doing Matsyendrasana with the leg bent, it'll look something like this. But don't feel that you have to do the same as me. Find comfort in the pose. Check in that the neck is relaxed, the eyes are relaxed. And with your exhalation, let's untwist. Taking both legs out, you're resting into the hands and pummeling the legs against the floor to release. And when you're ready, let's take the left leg out in front for the 90-90 pose. So the legs at right angles. And just noticing how the weight comes down one side and trying to bring some weight down on the other side. So if you need to, you can turn to the left and come down this way. Or if it's okay for you, coming out in front of the knee. So we'll start to lengthen up through the spine and walk the hands forward. Finding anything that will help you be comfortable. So you might need to bring the floor up to you with books or a block, or one fist on top of the other. Or find a position where you can rest your forehead on a surface. You might have a cushion nearby that's the right height for you. And if you'd like more sensation, I didn't mention before, but you can bring that foot forward if you'd like to explore more sensation. And when you're ready, start to come out of the pose nice and easy, avoiding jarring the senses. And so we'll bring that left foot in towards the groin and swing the right leg around, maybe taking the foot to the outside of the thigh so you're ready in this position. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can extend out your left leg, still keep the right knee bent. So this time taking right hand behind, and inhale, lengthen the left arm up, draw the belly in, and twisting navel and ribs to the right as you twist round. Maybe the elbow to the outside of the thigh, making a stop sign with your hand, keeping the chest as broad as possible. Or you can take the arm in front of the shins so you can expand across your chest and avoid strain there, taking care of your collarbones. And exhale, release. Rest back onto your hands, pummel the legs against the floor. Release any tension, free up the body. So let's come down onto the floor for a neck release. So bring the knees into the chest and roll onto one side. Keep your head in contact with the earth and roll the forehead along the floor to look back behind you. And inhale, lift up, and exhale, roll to the other side. And do this a couple more times. Gently release your neck and your back. And come back to center and extend your legs out for relaxation. Or if you prefer more support for your back, constructive rest with your feet a little bit wider than hip width and letting the knees fall in effortlessly. Take the arms out by your side and turn the palms open, making any last adjustments to be relaxed. And close down your eyes. Take a lightening breath. So a lightening breath, we inhale through the nostrils, hold the inhalation, observe the tension, and sigh, release through the mouth. Take a big inhalation through the nostrils. Observe the tension as you hold, and sigh, release through the mouth. The body relaxing even more now. Allow your body to be completely relaxed. Let the mind float. The breaths be easy. Resting in Shavasana at the end of the practice helps us to integrate what we just did, helping the body to neutralize and replenish. And stay longer if you have the time, if you need more time to relax. But when you're ready to come out of relaxation, ease out nice and slow. Roll onto one side of your body to come up to sitting. And take a moment to send out a prayer of gratitude to someone or something, harnessing the positive energy from the practice. And give yourself thanks for this time for yourself. Namaste.